Good morning, stupid. Welcome back to hashtag 360 stupid. We are stupid people asking you smart people simple questions. King of stupid here, Mike check, MICCCCCH as in the Republic. What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? All the genders, fenders, benders. I am Mike check. This is hashtag 360 stupid. What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. And I have with me a super amazing lady. And she goes by
Pammy the Mammy.
Pammy the super mammy. What? What's going on? How you doing?
Not much. I'm doing great.
Yeah? Really? Great?
Yes.
Hold on. She'll tell us the truth in a minute. How do you feel?
I feel great.
It's Mother's Day, y'all. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers there.
Happy Mother's Day, everyone.
Do you feel like a mother?
I very much feel like a mother.
I don't feel like a father. I haven't made any babies. What's mother's, what does it feel like to be a mommy? Or mammy, sorry. Particularly a super mammy.
Well, seeing as I have 7 kids,
Sorry.
it
Oh, shit. Oh my God, 7 kids, holy shit.
yes, 7. It
Wow.
feels pretty crazy.
Good for you. 7 kids. How's that feel? How did the first one feel? Like the first...
The delivery was very difficult, and it was very challenging.
I mean, the mothering part, like the first time, or was the first baby when you first felt like a mother? When did you first start feeling like a mother?
I felt like a mother as soon as he was born. It was pretty scary because you're afraid of hurting him and doing it all wrong.
They don't come with the instructions.
They sure do not.
I thought you were going to say they do, but it's in Chinese. Because I think it was a Chinese guy.
I would have translated it. I would have found some way. I would have been like, these instructions, we're figuring this shit out.
That's hilarious. Let's see if we can put this here. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to adjust the camera so I don't have to hold it. Bam! There we go. For the podcast listeners, I'm just adjusting the video. If you want to catch us on YouTube, it's hashtag 360 stupid. Pammy, the super mammy. So she's going to come up with her own podcast. And you want to talk about some of the stuff that you're going to talk about on your show? Like promote your show?
Well, I'm still trying to decide what to talk about, but I was thinking of talking about parenting stuff. I have a lot of chronic health issues, so talking about some of those things. And then I have a lot of interesting things that happen to me that nobody would ever believe happens.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to talk about the things that nobody could ever believe happen.
Like shit talk?
Shit talk.
That's right. So, it's Mother's Day. What's the best Mother's Day you've had?
2015, I actually got all of my kids under the same roof.
Oh, wow. That must have been a big roof.
That was the last time that I got them all 7 together.
And was that to beat them?
No.
Was it like a reunion thing, or what was happening?
It's when you have that many, it's just
She's never
hard.
beat her kids. I was just joking around, you weirdos out there.
I beat them every single day.
Don't even trip. Don't even say that, girl.
To bed. I say, I'm going to bed, and I beat them into the bed first.
Don't do it.
And then they go to bed after me.
People trip out.
I said I beat them to bed. That means I go to bed before them.
Yeah, but they got to be smart to figure that out. So we got to clarify. Sorry, guys. Sorry, we were saying, the 7 kids, yeah, all at the same house. What was the occasion?
Mother's Day.
Oh, in what? Which year? I'm sorry?
2015.
Wow, 5 years ago, huh?
So the oldest turns 23 tomorrow. And my youngest is 5. So once they start getting that big of an age difference, it's harder.
Yeah, to leash them all around. Or what is it called? Herd them.
Yeah, to get them all together.
Herd 7 kids in under 1. Wow.
It's like right now, 3 of them are in different places. 2 are in different states and 1's in a different country.
Wow. Different country? Oh, that's
Yeah.
the Chinese kid. No? Oh, that's the one that came with the Chinese instructions. No, damn it.
No, my son's in Germany. He's stationed there.
What? You have a son old enough to serve in the military?
I have 2 in the military.
Wow. How old is he?
He is 20.
That's the first one.
That's my second one.
Second one. And the oldest?
He's 23.
Jeez. I thought you told me you were 25.
Most people think I am 25.
Good for you, girl. You're fucking rocking it.
Thank you.
So, correction on the video and podcast earlier. I did a podcast coming over here, and I was referring to Pammy as Pamela Anderson. I just thought we were going to go with that theme, but my bad on that one. So it's going to be Pammy the Super Mammy. We literally just came up with that today, like an hour ago. That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
And pretty soon she's going to be super famous. So if you guys want to catch her podcast, I think once you guys search the Pammy the Super Mammy, it should be the pretty much the only one out there because I've never heard of it. So take a listen, check her out, and she she also accepts donations as we do. So send it in. Phone number is 602-620-9098. We're back with Pammy the Super Mammy. So we're the stupid people asking you, smart people, simple questions. Why 7 kids?
Numbers 2 and 3 were planned.
Nice. And 2 is the one in the military now?
Numbers 2 and 3 are in the military, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. So the oldest isn't 23? You have an even older one?
No, my 23-year-old is not in the military.
Gotcha. And he's the oldest one.
Right.
So then the 21 is?
The 20-year-old and my 18-year-old are in the military.
Man. Okay, the 2 and 3 were planned. And then? We're not even halfway
were
there.
All accidents.
Oh, got you. Like, I don't know. I've never either planned them or accidentally had them, so I don't know what the second thing was.
The rest were all accidents.
Wow. What's some of the best parts of being a mommy?
I really like watching them learn new things.
Yeah.
Like my oldest, when he learned to roll over, he tried so hard, and you sit there and watch him trying and trying.
You could see how he's trying to figure it out, and his brain's working. Nice.
He was going to do it no matter what. And just the determination and it is just so awesome to watch those kinds of things. And when they're going to crawl, you can see them trying so hard in each little step. It's just so awesome to watch those things.
That's beautiful. I don't think I'll ever experience that.
You never know.
Oh, no, I know. I don't want to experience. I mean, I want to experience it, but I'm not going to experience it because I'm not going to have kids. So I'm going to foster and adopt. So
well, I was going to say
unless
you
they're
could
kids.
experience it a different way than having your own.
Yeah, and I don't want to I'm going to work with the older kids. So unless they have their kid, and then I become like the grandpa figure guy,
right?
Then I guess I'll be part of that, but I won't get the everyday thing, which is good because I can't. I can barely wipe my own daily things. Yeah, it's been super busy lately. Pammy the Super Mammy, and I am Mike Check, king of stupid here at hashtag 360stupid. We hate no one. We accept everyone, but those who donate, we love you guys. So send it in. Hashtag 360 stupid is our email, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. No, Facebook dropped me. Still being censored. Sorry, Facebook. They literally shut down my account. No email, no nothing.
Whoops.
YouTube sent an email. I told you about that one?
No.
Yeah, YouTube sent me an email asking if I'm going to hurt myself or if I need help or if I feel lonely. That's after they brought down the video of me talking about the thing I know not to talk about no more. The virus. You know? So, I'm trying to be a good boy. I'm also trying not to curse. Because when you curse, you have to put the content for adult thing.
Explicit.
Yeah. Explicitioso. So I got it, guys. Thanks for the notice. Or threat. So YouTube did that. And then Facebook did that. And then YouTube pulled another video. I was like, I think I get the hint. / threat. Tell me more, Pammy the Super Mammy. Oh, let's talk about the parties and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah?
What about the parties?
Oh, girl. I think this is the part where my audience jumps in. Where their ears perk up.
What do you want to know?
What do you want to talk about? What do you want to say? Anything? Everything? Okay. So, how did you come across the whole sex party, sex club, all that? I guess lifestyle is what it's called, right?
Yeah. I had a friend that said, hey, I'm having a party. You want to come? And I said, sure.
Text?
No.
No. Oh, by the way, that's another person I want to try and interview. A really interesting person who also has a really interesting person. So the whole dynamic there is going to be interesting if we could get a hold of him. Sorry, you were saying? So you were dating a guy?
No.
No.
It was just somebody from a chat room.
Gotcha. And he said?
Okay.
He said okay?
No, he invited me to the party, so I said okay.
Oh, so your first time was a sex party, not a sex club. Mm-hmm. Interesting. And what went through your head when he said that? Because you guys weren't serious. It was just you and him were just kind of whatever.
Yeah, it was just whatever.
So he just dropped it, like, or he's mentioned it before, or he's like...
No, he hadn't ever mentioned
so
it before.
You guys are just hanging out, and he's like, hey, by the way, sex party?
Yep.
Just like that, huh?
Yep.
Interesting. And what went through your head? Like, what did you think? Like, in the beginning part, not before you went, you know? Like, why is this guy asking, or any of that or stuff? Or you were just thinking more like how it's going to be, or...
Well, he just was inviting me. Like, we weren't anything.
Right, you're just friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was a little bit nervous because I'd never been to a party like that before.
Gotcha.
And so at the beginning, I just kind of sat around and watched and everything.
So you've never been that way ever, because you've always just been with one guy, had a kid, had another kid, guy had another kid. So you've never been like, it's called promiscuous?
Promiscuous?
Is that what it is?
I've never been that.
Interesting. I've always been in your promiscuous. My shit's never been locked down, yo. One time was close. I fucking dodged that bullet. You know what I'm talking about, girl. Woo. I ever tell you the story on that one?
No.
Oh, man. I'm not sure if it's going to be public just yet, so I'll have to tell you when the recorder's off.
But you got to remember, I grew up LDS.
Oh, yeah. The super secret temples and stuff?
Yep.
Wow. There's a different level that you were at or something like that?
I got married in the temple.
I mean, like, as you stay in the religion, you move up, right? Different titles and, like, power or something?
It just depends.
Oh, if you're going to be as a member or if you're going to be part of the leadership, right? Because the leadership has, like, certain...
Yeah, there's higher leadership, yeah.
LDS. What is it? Living...
Mormon, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Latter-day Saints. Mormon?
They don't like to be called that anymore, though.
What, the Mormon?
Yeah.
They just go with
want to be
LDS.
called. No, they want to be called the whole title. They want you to say the whole thing.
Really?
Yes.
Which is?
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
The Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints. So what does Mormon mean then?
It was just a shortened title to designate the religion.
Gotcha. So the religion is Mormon, technically, like an authority, like figure, or like when they register.
It's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Gotcha.
But
Latter-day Saints.
People said LDS because that's Latter-day Saints, so it shortened it. But some people started calling them Mormons, and so they were recognized that way too, and they decided that's not okay anymore.
And how long are you? How long? Because you were involved, like seriously involved, right? Obviously, you got married in the church and temple and all that stuff. Like when you say you got married in the temple, you're talking about the secret temple that only members are allowed to go.
Yes.
I went to a wedding. I guess the second wedding, which was open to the public, and then the reception afterwards. But I was funny because the priest or the minister or whoever the guy was performing the ceremony, he mentioned it, and I thought it was funny because they didn't really say that they got married before the wedding that we were a part of. And he mentioned it. He goes, "Oh, sorry, we already went through this, but we're gonna just do this for you guys." He goes, "But they were married in our temple, and you guys aren't allowed there."
Yep.
And he was starting to get into that, and he was like, "Oh, whatever, Interesting. What's some of the some of the things that the LDS is known for? Like, what are they selling? Is it because it's still Christianity? It's still the Christian Bible.
Yeah, they use the King James version of the Bible, but there's a lot of people that don't consider them Christians. That's a big, huge debate between religions.
Because in LDS, there's different levels of life, right? When you evolve yourself, and then that's where the planets and living in other space or places.
Yeah, after death. Yeah, that's what they believe.
So did you ever feel elevated, like that stuff can be true? Because technically, I think you can elevate yourself to a God level.
Well, me and religion have issues right now, so I'm not sure where I stand.
I already did the Sunday sermon, so we'll just leave this one as it is. It's pretty amazing. I think the LDS is the largest growing religion in America right now.
Probably. I do think that they have one of the best community resource stuff available.
Yeah, I think Utah happened to be one of the states that provided housing for the homeless people to show that is actually their problem. Whereas everybody else is like, oh, let's get them clean and everything. They're like, let's just give them a house. And it's helped immensely. So instead of arresting somebody where everybody else is paying $500 a day to house that person in jail just because they're homeless, they're like, hey, why don't we just give them a hotel room? And now they're doing much better. And I think it's because of the LDS. I think the LDS philosophy is more, let's give you a helping hand instead of the Catholic, which is, I got to beat you and horrible things.
Well, and they also expect you to do service.
Sure.
They don't just hand it out for free.
Sure, of course.
And so they're like, well, we understand that you don't have this and you need this, but you can give your time. That is something you can do.
Yep.
And if you cannot, if you really can't do something for some reason, they still help you with the understanding you can't do it.
Yeah.
So it's not like if you can't do it, they won't help you.
Oh, yeah. Which is good. I think that's what I'm doing with my church. I told you, right? I'm starting my own religion. Oh, really? Yeah. Starting my own religion. And I'm going to be the God, obviously. Seva. Non-violent living new non-violent living God is going to be the thing.
And everyone's going to drink the Kool-Aid.
Well, here's the thing. Anybody is welcome to believe in me and donate whatever you like. But to worship me, it's a mandatory 8.75% donation at the gate. So if you want to come and worship me, the full 8.75 before taxes. So most gods are at 10% now. So I'm going to be the budget god. I'm coming at 8.75, yo. And so the church is going to be like that. It's going to be more of a family thing, a healthy family thing. Whereas if there's 10, 20 families, then if all of those cars are registered under the church, not only is everybody saving taxes, but then you could get a discount on the insurance, and you could also self-insure if you have a fleet large enough. Mm-hmm. So that's the kind of stuff that I think churches are for. It's not to have a place to worship the God, because the God should be everywhere with you and all that kind of stuff. Not me. I'm the new one. I'm not everywhere. I'm just here. You fucking weirdos. So, yeah. And plus, traveling under a religious visa is fantastic. Actually, you get a different passport. With religion, you could go just about anywhere.
I was going to say, don't you get to go more places?
Much more places. Places that they would turn away any other citizen would welcomes the religious people. And that's because, they never bring violence. They never bring anything other than help and food and stuff like that. Which the authorities sometimes, compensate or, take off to their side for their bonuses. Yep. But nonetheless, there is one other category of traveler that does get to go more than the religious people. You want to take a wild stab at which category that is?
The rich people?
The business people.
Why is that?
Because business is always welcome. Business always brings in money. Religion doesn't always bring in money, and it doesn't bring in that much money. But business brings jobs, houses, money, work, connection to the internet, to the rest of the world, and stuff like that. So the most impoverished, most horrible places in the world is some of the largest companies are running businesses out of. Mm-hmm. I know, because I was in Iraq, and I talked to a business guy. He was just sitting there. I go, hey, what's up, man? I'm in full uniform, fucking middle of a war. And he goes, oh, hey, yeah. I'm like, what are you doing here, man? He goes, business. I go, what do you mean business? A fucking war is going on. He goes, yeah, I'm late. I go, what? He goes, yeah, I'm late. I should have been here like about a year ago. So what are you talking about? He goes, yeah, the big business comes in about just before the war starts, and then gets the connections made. They let the war start, and then they start buying up stuff right as the war starts, which is just when everything is at the cheapest, most devastated, and they just buy up everything. Everything that they can buy, and then they wait for the war to be about halfway through, and then they start building the factories. The war is still going on. They build factories.
Why?
Because it's cheap. You could buy land like maybe eighth of the price when there's no war. Once the war starts, everybody starts splitting. Everybody leaves, and all the shit gets blown up, bullet holes everywhere. So they come in, just bring down everything, rebuild a new factory, and boom, pennies on the dollar.
Oh, I see.
Rich get richer, and the rest, well, nobody really gives a fuck. Oh, no, I think that is the most, I was going to say embassy, but no, they're actually very restricted. Not embassy, but ambassador. Ambassador.
Is that political?
Yeah, so they are actually more restricted. But they have more freedom when they're in another country. Freedom! So you got tubes connected to you?
Yes.
Mother of 7 has tubes going in her belly.
Right there.
Yeah! What's going on?
I have gastroparesis.
Damn! Is that when the priest gives you gas?
I wish it was that easy. It's when my intestines are mostly paralyzed. So I don't digest food properly. And so most of it has to come...
So you're connected to that thing?
Yeah. Most of it has to come from a feeding tube.
Damn. So you're connected to a feeding tube right now?
Yep. 24 hours a day. I've even gotten so good I can shower with it connected.
Let me process that for a minute. You have 7 kids, and you're feeding yourself. You don't have a nurse coming in.
No.
You have to mix the formula yourself. You have to put the formula in the tube, in the containers, in the bladders.
Yes.
And then run the line through the machine that counts how much what's going in. What's that machine called?
It's a pump.
It pumps it in, so it only pushes in the certain amount that you set speed and everything.
Yeah, and I have to change it based on what my stomach can tolerate. Because if I get too nauseous, then it all comes back up.
Damn.
And
so no nurse, no home health care, no babysitters.
No, just me.
Wow.
So when I'm mop,
that's why we're calling her Super Mammy. No, the Super Mammy.
So when I mop in the house, I'm mopping, pushing an IV pole with my foot.
Wow. How many hours a day do you have to be on that thing?
This?
Yeah.
24.
Wow.
It's always on. If I really feel like I have to take a break, I'll turn it off, but then that means I'm not eating, and it has to be at such a slow rate right now that I start getting dizzy and not feeling good, and then I have to lay down.
So tell me about March 3rd.
What was March 3rd?
Yeah.
What was on March 3rd?
You did something on March 3rd.
I don't remember what March 3rd was. You have to remind me.
You came out of the hospital. Do you remember? Or you're like, which time? You came out of the hospital and you went straight to somewhere else before you...
Oh.
This is another reason why we call her Super Mammy.
I got out of the hospital and I had been in for 12 days and had surgery, so I needed to get out and see my friends. So I went to Personal Preferences.
Which is a
sex place.
The day she comes out of surgery, out of the hospital after 12 days. You didn't go home. You went straight to the club.
Well, I mean, I went home, but
Super Mammy. Yo.
I only went for a half an hour to see my friends.
Oh, sorry. Only half an hour after 12 days in the hospital. Wow. Damn, woman. You are fucking awesome. Super Mammy. Pammy, the Super Mammy. I like that. I think it's going to happen. I think Pammy here is going to get more famous than me much more faster and richer.
If you'd been stuck in hell with the nurses that I had and that doctor that I had that tried to tell me I was sick from weed, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm not sick from weed. And then comes out to find out I have some rare disease. I was like,
American doctors, man. Y'all know what I think about American doctors, yo. They work for the insurance company. They're not there for you. They're not there for me. They're there for the insurance companies. Dirty motherfuckers. I tell everybody, record any conversation you have with any professional, especially doctors and lawyers. Especially fucking lawyers. Dirty motherfuckers. Yeah, doctors, man. I volunteer at the hostel. Oh, by the way, Personal Preference is not a sponsor, but if you want to send it in, we'll mention you again. I've never been there, but I'm down. So I used to volunteer at Phoenix Hostel. And I was there for one of the dinner nights, which is great because everybody just really chats around, you know. And I was sitting next to a Chinese girl, tiny little girl. I mean, maybe like 2 of my thighs, her entire body, you know. And this was before I went to China. I was wanting to learn more about the Chinese people before I went there. So we started chatting, and this was a Thursday night. We started chatting, and I said, "Well, what are you doing here?" You know, it was her first time out of China. Okay, first time having a passport, first time leaving her home.
Uh-huh.
And it was to come here to do her master's program at ASU. I said, "Oh, that's great." She goes, "Thank you." I said, "So how's it going?" I mean, what are you doing at the hostel? Are you looking for a place to stay and stuff? You know, just asking like the detail stuff. And she goes, oh, I'm getting deported. I said, what? She goes, yeah. When she came into the country, she filed for another school. So she had to be at that school come Monday.
Uh-huh.
Instead, she's in Arizona at the ASU, but she didn't file for the paperwork. I said, no, I can't be like that. I go, there's got to be a different way or something, right? I said, tomorrow's Friday, I'll come in with you. We'll go to the counselor or whoever's telling you that you're going to get deported, and I'll talk to him, and we'll figure out something. She goes, oh, that'd be great, you know? So I show up, and they tell me that she's had like 3 months. This didn't just happen yesterday. Uh-huh. So she had not been doing what she had been needing to do. And now it's at the point where she just literally has to step out of the country, step back in, and file the right paperwork. She said that's the only thing she could do at this point. And if she doesn't do that by Monday, if she doesn't show up Monday with the paperwork, we have to deport her. We have to file for for them to come and get her and stuff like that. I said, so she just has to step out of the country. They go, yeah. I go, Mexico's 2 hours away. If I go, I'll drive her over there. She'll step out, come back in. We'll have lunch, and we'll do it. She goes, she goes, what? Really? I mean, we literally met the day before, right? But I'm a traveler. For me, that's like the thing we do, you know?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Head to Mexico.
Yeah. So, so I said, let's do that tomorrow. So she knew a guy, which, oh man, Alex. What up, Alex? Still friends. Fantastic guy. Brilliant guy. PhD in physics. He was in ASU finishing up his PhD for physics. And she said, he's going to be my roommate once everything is figured out. I said, oh, great. He can come and bring anybody you want, you know? Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about the recording.
Mommy. What, honey?
Yeah.
Just 1 second.
Just be careful on the wires. Oh, you got 2 wires on both sides.
I know, I just don't.
You got wires here, and then you got the tube on there.
Yes, you can come in now.
I have a little ball because it got wet.
It's okay.
Aww.
That's all bless.
Aww.
Morgan, Mommy, and Jordan.
Aww. This is for Mother's Day.
Yep.
Nice.
Aw, thank you, Morgan.
Look inside.
That's nice.
Look inside, Mommy.
Just 1 second. I'm looking at the front. Hold it flat.
Oh.
Aww. You make confetti.
She is my paper.
Or the paint may still be wet.
That's so cool. Well done.
Thank you, guys.
Good job. When am I going to get my Mother's Day card? All right. Is a Mother's Day hug? All right. Good job, girls. Well done. We're doing the recording right now. That's why we got the microphones. So we'll finish up the podcast, and then I'll come talk to you guys. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
So they made this. She made a little box. She painted. That's the front. Here's the back side.
That's so nice, huh?
And then they wrote my daughter, my 5-year-old, drew our family.
That's the family right there. That's so cool.
And then don't hold this one close because it has her name.
Oh.
But she wrote.
I'll go like that.
Okay. And then she wrote a note. And then these ones weren't quite dry, so it has the confetti on it a little bit. But they made the confetti even.
Oh.
They cut up cardboard papers. And then she painted "I love you" on the inside.
Oh, it's moments like this.
We had to hurry and hide the weed before we could let him in.
That was nice. Nice little
was.
break, kids. Seven kids. So that was the youngest, the 5-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And my 11-year-old.
Seven kids. I can't get over that. And you got tubes on your right side. Mm-hmm. And you got microphone wires on your left side.
It's right here in the exact middle.
Yeah.
And I tape it to the right because that's more comfortable for me.
That's what I do with my testicles. I tape it to the left side.
To the left.
To the left.
To the right. To the right.
It kind of hurts when you take the tape off sometimes. I name my...
if you use alcohol, it doesn't...
Oh, man.
Don't choke on the weed there.
That's fucking hilarious. I name my testicles Cheat and Chong.
Well, then you're supposed to separate them. You're supposed to tape one to the left and one to the right.
Why is that?
Because they can't smoke together.
They can't?
No, they're too close. Then their joints will burn together at the same time.
I thought you were talking about the actual guys, Cheat and Chong. They can't. They're not supposed to be together.
Oh, I saw this video.
Because you know they were angry at each other for a little while.
I saw this video online of this chick,
Mm-hmm.
and she stuck this cigarette in her vagina, and she smoked it with her vagina.
What?
Yes, I'm dead serious.
What are you doing watching videos like that?
It was posted in one of my chat groups.
Oh. What's the difference between a creeper and a pervert?
A pervert admits they're a pervert. A creeper lies about it. A creeper lies and hides. A pervert goes, I'm a pervert. I like to watch porn. I like to see girls naked.
That's why it's not creepy, because they're open and comfortable with it. Gotcha. Whereas creeper means creepy because they're like, you don't know what the hell they're actually doing. That makes sense.
And a creeper likes things that are inappropriate.
Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Because they're hiding it because it's not appropriate, usually.
Interesting.
Because a creeper usually gives people creepy feelings.
I have a friend, Mad Dog Medics, what up? Hardcore Christian. I was renting a room in his mother's floating home on a river in Portland, Oregon. And he had just come out of the military and was living in one of the other rooms. And we got to know each other. We've been friends ever since, man, 20 years? Yeah. I've seen this guy get married, have kids, and go to prison because of his marriage to a Japanese lady. Ooh, that's another story. So, shit, what was I talking about? I brought up Maddox for a reason. What were you talking about earlier? Damn, I'm getting old.
I don't remember.
Then it's working. Yeah, he told me one time.
You were talking about the floating house.
Oh, yes. No, yeah. And then, before that, that's where I met him. We were on another topic that you were talking about. Cheat and Chong. Damn. Girl, you know, this is some good stuff, yo.
It's taken away my pain.
Hashtag 360 stupid mic check MICCCZCH King of Stupid here with Pammy, the super mammy. The podcast. You want to talk about the podcast, or you want? What do you want to talk about? How can people donate to you if they want to send in some money, some help? If you once before she gets her podcast up, just email me or contact me at hashtag 360 stupid, and I'll relay the message. And if you guys want to send in money, I'll probably keep it. I'm just kidding. I'll keep part of it. So, service fee, you know. Money. What do you think of money?
What do you mean?
I talk about money a lot on my show. My entire world revolves around money. So I've already sold my soul to the money world. So everything for me is just money. Constantly. All the time. Always. Business and money. Markets, real estate, where the gold's going, where the metals are moving, crypto.
I haven't been much into money or anything like that because I've done the stay-at-home mom thing, and I haven't been able to work because of my medical issues. So I'm kind of out of that world. I know nothing about it.
That's crazy. See, in some countries, a mother has help, meaning the government provides a nanny, or even like doctor visits. The doctors go to the mothers because they know, like, you just had a kid, you can't like carry all your stuff and go to the thing. They have, they also have, which is really, really good to help marriages stay together. They provide the husband or the father a year's salary after the kid's born.
I get help with one of my children. He has autism and ADHD, so the state provides help with him because of the severity of his disability.
That must be tough, huh?
Yes. I've had to install a double deadbolt on my front door, and then a key lock on my sliding glass door. And so then he started climbing out the windows. So I had to put key locks on the windows. And the reason I couldn't use the regular child locks that twist is because
he's too smart for it.
He got those off in like 2 seconds.
See, I've said this before on the show, and I'll say it again a million times. They label us disabled because we're better thinkers and we're much more clever than they are. So stupid doctors don't like us being smarter than they are, so they call us the crazy ones. Because I think that's pretty damn clever.
Well, when he was 3, I put one of those child locks on that it clicks together. You know, you stick it on the sides and then it clicks together. And it took all of 30 seconds for him to snap it in half. The actual plastic, not pull it off. He snapped the plastic in half. And so I was like, well, I guess that's not going to work. And so I had to figure out how to child-proof a fridge that I couldn't use a child lock on, because he could break any child lock I could put on. So I was like, what am I going to do? Because these children had decided to play baseball with 5 dozen eggs. Because I had gone to Costco. And I wasn't okay.
Hold on, sorry. Let me just make sure I'm at where you're at with the story. So mom's about to go to Costco. The kitchen looks okay. Maybe not the cleanest, but there's certainly no eggs go all over the place. Mommy comes back from going to Costco, and you see?
Well, so my daughter was in the NICU. And so my friend was home with the kids. And she said she had gone to the bathroom, but I think she went outside to smoke a cigarette and took too long.
Oh.
And she came back in, and both of our 3-year-olds, they are only 2 months apart. So we called them the Twins of Terror. And they decided to play baseball with the 5 dozen eggs I had just bought.
Wow.
And they also played in peanut butter together. And my son also dumped chocolate protein powder on the other one's head. And they also flooded the bathroom sink that went all the way down the hallway to the kitchen.
Wow.
And they got out the front door, and my son was naked. We got there before the cops did, but the cops had already been called before we found them. So then we had to explain, because, one was naked, and
Yeah.
I could not keep my son in the house, and this was before he was diagnosed with his autism. So people just thought I was a bad mother. And I'm like, you don't understand. Like, every child lock I could do, he could get out of.
Yeah.
And so it was a nightmare.
To me, that sounds like a super awesome kid who's super intelligent, who just needs to be super stimulated constantly and directed all the time.
Well, we've gotten to that point now, but we had to do behavior therapy twice, and he used to beat the living crap out of me daily. I had bruises all the time. He pinched me, slapped me, kicked me, hit me. And I used that as a last resort only when he became a danger to himself or others, because he would run away. He would go after his younger siblings that he knew were weaker than him. And
all this while you're tied to tubes to get fed all day.
No, this tube I just got in February, so I wasn't tied to those
that's right.
then.
Gotcha. So how many more kids are you going to have?
None.
They're tied, your tubes?
My tubes are not tied. I decided in my early 20s I was never going to get them tied. Most people don't realize that there are a lot of risks that can happen when you get your tubes tied.
Absolutely.
There is something called post-tubal ligation syndrome, and it can cause a lot of problems. And I'm one of those people that suffer the rare side effects of everything. And I'm not willing to take the risk of having that happen, no matter how small it might be. I mean, I ended up with gastroparesis, which is a rare disease. So I don't sedate well. So for 5-minute procedures, they have to put me fully under. Because my first...
So you didn't tie the tube, so you're pretty much ready for another one, huh?
No. That's what condoms are for.
Right on, girl. And what would you do if you got pregnant again?
I would cry for 18 years.
I can't imagine how it feels. Just in general, like the day-to-day thing, Every day. Wow. I've been single all my life, pretty much. Never had kids. Never had to really live with kids. Yeah, no, I've never really lived with kids. I've lived with all types of people, just traveling and stuff, but no kids.
Well, see, I'm the oldest of 6, and I started babysitting for pay when I was 8.
Yeah.
And then when I was 14, I started babysitting overnight while the parents went out of town for the weekend. And then when I was in my early 20s...
If you could buy yourself anything right now, what would you buy yourself?
A Suburban.
A Suburban diesel?
It doesn't have to be diesel.
Diesels last longer, and you can put much more miles on them, and they're really good in hot temperature areas.
Then it could be diesel. I learned to drive on a 77 Suburban with a 454.
And your favorite smell is?
Bondo.
Bondo!
I love the smell of Bondo. Then my second favorite smell is gasoline.
Calm down, guys. Oh, wait, you are single, huh?
I am.
Pammy, the super mammy. Get it, girl?
I was 5 when I started helping my dad work on cars with air tools.
Wow. So you can fix a fender and stuff?
I can help, but I can't fix those.
Like you've seen it done by your uncle. Because
My dad.
Your dad. My uncle is a body guy too. I always used to hang out with him too. I'm pretty sure I could maybe do it, but like I've never actually done it, you know, from beginning to end.
I'm a super flashlight holder. I can remove screws.
I like the way you do that. Yeah.
I can remove screws great. I can do spark plugs and wires.
Nice.
I've changed a radiator when my ex-husband got too pissed off to finish it.
There you go.
I told him, go in the house and I'll finish it. Just go in the house and I'll do it. So he went in the house and I did it.
Good for you.
I can do brakes. Things like that. Easy
You
stuff.
know how to ride motorcycles?
I've never driven a motorcycle. I've only ridden on the back.
Any happy stories?
About what? I have happy stories.
Yeah, any happy stories you want to share?
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of what happened recently. I've been stuck in bed in
She's
my
fucking
room
awesome.
with this
So fucking
coronavirus.
awesome. Oh man. Wait for it, guys. Wait for it. It's coming.
What have I done that's been funny?
What have I've seen you do that's funny?
Or what have I told you about that's been funny?
Funny or the happy? You're trying to get me to answer the happy story question? Or you want me to answer the first question? The first question was for me that
Well,
I heard
I've
you
been-
say was,
I've
what's
been a
the
little
funniest
bit-
thing I've seen you do?
I've been a little bit depressed lately with
The
all
funniest
this
part
crap.
was when I met Pam. Well, we chatted on the group thing, but at the sex party, and I was sitting like here, and Pam put her clothes like right there. So Pammy likes to go out and smoke cigarettes, right? You smoke cigarettes?
No, I don't smoke
Or
cigarettes.
she had to go out to
My
smoke a
vape.
couple of times, or vape.
Oh, I went out to my car to smoke weed.
So
My pain is that bad that I smoke weed a lot.
So for me, the funniest thing that I've seen you do is you'd come in and like change and get naked or half naked or into your sexy outfit, and I'm there like naked the whole time, and I just like look over and like this hot chick's like getting dressed and undressed next to me every like 10-20 minutes. I was like, this is great.
I've lost so much weight, so I've lost over 100 pounds from being so sick. So I'm freezing cold.
Oh, because of
all
this thing?
Yeah, from all my because
From December or February.
no. So I got sick in October of 2017. I had 6 bleeding ulcers.
Wow.
And I went to the ER and they misdiagnosed me with a muscle spasm. And so I bled internally for a month and a half.
That's why I brought up my friend, the Chinese friend. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
And so then in the middle of the night, one of them was on an artery and it burst. And so I basically never recovered. And the doctors kept not being able to figure out what was wrong. I kept getting sicker and sicker. And basically, I think I've had gastroparesis my whole life because when I go back looking at all the symptoms and everything, a lot of them
But
fit.
because it's so rare, they never considered it, and they never did the appropriate testing because they're like, it wouldn't be that, or they never do the
and
test
my
for that.
symptoms weren't severe, and I was
Yeah.
managing them. And looking back, I was doing self-management by what I was eating. Well, this doesn't make me feel good, so then I stop eating it, you
Right.
know? And
Unlike the rest of us, we're like, oh, I don't feel good, but that pizza. You're like, I should not eat that.
and then basically my ulcers did my stomach in, and it
Yeah.
couldn't manage anymore.
So the reason I brought up my friend Xiao, talking about doctors. So ASU, as a student, you have access to the medical staff. She went in So we went. So it was her friend, her roommate Alex, one of the workers from the hostel, and one of the volunteers from the hostel. The worker is American, and the volunteer is a Russian. Which this guy is awesome. He got a lottery. He won the lottery for a green card, and I met him literally the week after he got here. First time out of Russia. So she, it's her, Alex, me. What's her name? Kelly something, and the Russian guy in my car, and I had a Toyota Camry. So it was we were nicely packed, and we just go down to Mexico. We have lunch. We come back through. They file the paperwork, and she finishes her master's degree. Mm-hmm. Goes back to China, and so the whole time she's here, we're like buddies. I mean, we're hanging out all the time. And like I'm helping her out with the little things, like carrying the groceries or like knowing where the things are or whatever. And so she'd cook for me. So I would get the Chinese culture thing and how to like do the eating thing at like actual Chinese house, not a fucking Chinese restaurant, So I got the Chinese culture aspect of it, and she introduced me to her other friends, and so I got that. So when I went to China, I already had Chinese friends, It was so cool. The guy, I have a friend that works in Google. He met me in China the first time I went to China in Shanghai, and he fucking took me to my room. Dude, that guy makes so much freaking money. So sorry, okay. Xiao. So she goes through, we come back, she files the paperwork, everything's done. She finishes her master's degree. I think it was 3 years. She finished it early. She goes back, sends me a fucking picture of her scar that's about this fucking long, about a foot long.
Oh, jeez.
And says she had a tumor the entire fucking time. So when she came to America, she went to the doctors at ASU complaining about stomach pain. Mm-hmm. First, they're like, it's cramps. It's your period. They pushed her away. She came back again. She's like, it's really bad. They're like, oh, it's probably the new American food. They pushed her away. She came back again. They're just like, oh, you're just like one of the complainers. You know what I mean? So they just fucking shoot her away. So all that time she had a fucking tumor growing inside of her. And she never told me about the pain. Because then I could have told her American doctors are garbage fuckers that work for the insurance companies and not for you. So when she went back to China, and Chinese doctors work for the patients. They get paid the same regardless of whatever, And they found the fucking tumor. Pulled it out. And about 6 months after that, I haven't heard from her. It's been like 4 fucking years. I killed her.
How'd you kill her?
Because I got her the fucking visa.
That doesn't mean you killed her.
My actions took her life. Isn't that fucked up? I never thought about that until just like 6 months ago. I've been trying to get a hold of her. I couldn't get a hold of her. I've been trying to get a hold of her family. Don't know her, any of her family. I know some of her college students. They can't get a hold of her. Nobody. She just dropped out of the fucking earth. And they don't have to find a Chinese person in China, fucking the highest human population. It's not like fucking Google, where is she? Because it's communist, and so people don't share everything on, so everybody's like fucking. So had I not fucking done that for her, she would have been deported back to China. She would have went to the doctor the first time she had the pain. They would have diagnosed her correctly and fucking saved her life. That's fucking crazy, huh? Xiao, 25 years old. That was her first time leaving China. And the first time she leaves China, comes to America, I take her to Mexico. She goes, how am I going to get back? I go, everything's in your passport. You already have the visa to America. Everything's there. Just bring the right paperwork for the right school this time. She's, I checked it 3 times. Like, this is the right paperwork. Oh, man. We had so much fun together. We'd hang out all the time. I mean, more than I would think she even had, because she had to study a lot, 3 times more than an average student, But she liked that we practicing English with me was a big thing for her.
Uh-huh.
So she felt comfortable enough to practice. I knew she knew good English, but for her to feel, because she was like, I mean, first time out of China, tiny little Chinese, she was such a badass, man. I took her to the Renaissance Fair. Mm-hmm. Every once in a while, my phone brings up the old pictures, you know? Yeah, fuck. 25 years old. Her life just started. She just finished school, so she was finally free of all the, you know, report here, do this, and then fucking tumor. It's a tumor. Fuck. But you know how China has used to have a one-child policy? Mm-hmm. She actually had 2 siblings.
How did she end up with that?
She was actually the last one. So the first one, the government allows. The second one, it's a citation. You get a ticket. The government sends you a ticket.
But allows you to keep them?
Well, yeah, I mean, the government's not going to take the kid or kill the kid. Well, actually, they do kill a lot of fucking people, but yeah. Because I never thought about that. I'm like, because she told me, you know, my brother this, my sister that.
Then what about the third one?
It's a bigger fine. It's just like, I don't know. She didn't explain exactly the details because the majority of the time we were together, she would talk about her sister and brother. And it never clicked one child policy until they brought up the 2-child policy. I'm like, oh shit, you always talk about your brother and sister. How did that, what happens? Does the government come and take the kid? What, right? Because some people just get pregnant accidentally. She goes, yeah, no, it's just a ticket. I go, oh, fuck. They always made it sound like...
save up for the ticket then.
Yeah, because they always made it sound like fuck, one-child policy. What are you going to do if there's another child? But there is, unfortunately, a lot of people that go through the pregnancy and then get rid of the kid. Like, either foster care. There's actually a forest known as the Lost Girls. Uh-huh. Where the Chinese people who have daughters just go out and put them out in the fucking forest. So
why?
There's because girls are the lesser.
Well, I knew girls were the lesser, but why did they put them in? Get rid of them like that?
Because they don't want to kill the kid. They don't want to. They can't keep the kid because if you have a daughter, your entire life is fucked. Especially if you're poor, so then you're double fucked. So. They don't want to kill the kid, but they don't want to like. There's the way their mentality is like, I don't want to deal with it, so I'll just put it there and just walk away and never hear the baby crying and stuff. So it's out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So an entire fucking orphanage, what is it called? Orphanage is built out in that forest, and every once in a while they hear a baby crying and they just go pick it up, bring it back. And the way I found out about this is a fucking Netflix documentary.
Oh, wow.
I think it's called the Lost Girls of the Forest or something like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And so I think the first one was a boy, her brother, mm-hmm. and then her sister, and then her.
Did her parents want to have more than one?
Oh shit, that's a good question. I never asked. Yeah, because if they were planning on it, they'll just save the money. He had money because he did rebar, mm-hmm. and I think he had some government contracts. So, you know, I'm sure they were okay. So that does make sense. If they were planning on it, they just plan on the fee because I'm sure it's not a surprise fee. Everybody fucking, I'm sure knows, and it's not like they're gonna kill the kid. It's probably like extra taxes, you know, if you never pay that fee, they just go to your taxes or something like that. Shit, that's really interesting. I gotta wonder. Maybe next time I go to China, I'll do a podcast about that.
Because I guarantee there's people that do that plan for the fee.
Oh, yeah, of course. That does make sense. I never thought about that, though. Because I've never like whole kids in my life, there was no connection to even think about the details like that. That's interesting. That's why we're the stupid people asking you smart people simple questions. Mike Check, king of stupid here. MICCCZCH at hashtag 360 stupid. Woo! Oh my God, that's been an hour. What do you think?
What?
About podcasting.
I think that's pretty cool.
It's pretty simple, right? Mm-hmm. Whew. Well, ladies and gentlemen, all the genders, fenders, benders, I am Mike Check at hashtag. Oh, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on now. All right, I'm just going to sign off, y'all. Thanks again. Of course, my number one fan. What up, girl? Thanks for being there. Thanks for motivating me. And I hope you guys liked it. I will send a link to Pammy, the Super Mammies podcast once we get her out there. If y'all have any questions or comments, call, text, and email. And that's it. Man, I'm fucking stone girl. I don't know what the fuck. I gotta sign off. Hold on. I got a whole thing set up. Because I before I was just like, all right, see you guys. I think that's it. Fuck it. All right. Thank you for the privilege of your time. Good night, stupid.